This weekend's U.S. strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities could end up impacting Americans' wallets, especially when it comes to the gas pump. Oil prices jumped to a 5-month high today, and there are fears that those rising prices will only climb higher in the days and the weeks ahead. NewsNation's Brooke Schaefer is digging into this one for us. Brooke, what are we seeing, and just how worried should people be?
Markie, just this morning, it's really still not clear exactly how Saturday's strikes will affect the U.S. economy, because so much of it comes down to exactly how Iran responds. Analysts say, though, that we could start to feel the impact in the coming days. Much of this depends on whether or not Iran decides to close the Strait of Hormuz. About 20 million barrels of crude oil pass through that strait every day, according to the Energy Information Administration. If Iran shuts it down, oil prices would spike globally, translating to higher prices at the pump and beyond.
The important thing to know is that the Strait of Hormuz ships 20% of global oil production. And while we are not a beneficiary, we are not a buyer of crude oil from Iran, the U.S. cannot detach itself from the global economy.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio said closing the strait would be a, quote, massive escalation that would merit a response from the U.S. and others. Vice President J.D. Vance said the move would be economically suicidal for Iran.
I mean, their entire economy runs through the Strait of Hormuz. If they want to destroy their own economy and cause disruptions in the world, I think that would be their decision. But why would they do that? What would make sense is for them to come to the negotiating table, to actually give up their nuclear weapons program over the long term. And again, if they're willing to do that, they're going to find a willing partner in the United States of America.
A spokesperson for the tracking site Gas Buddy said that he hasn't seen a reason for what he describes as apocalyptic prices at the pump, but he does warn that the national average could go up another 10 to 25 cents a gallon after this weekend's strikes alone. He said that is an increase that we could start to feel in the next week or two here at home. But again, so much of this still a waiting game to see what Iran does next. If the strait closes, it would, of course, not only impact gas prices, but our entire economy and others worldwide. The world very much watching and waiting right now. Markie?
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.